Hi Aries, welcome to your November 2023 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have been providing monthly energy readings, but I've recently made a shift with regard to my priorities, and we'll be focusing on doing more frequent readings, although I do still need to figure out the timing, etc. But if you are interested in staying up on the happenings of the channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you know when I post energy readings. It is currently November 1st as I'm recording this. Aries, we just had Halloween, Samhain. Today is Dia de los Muertos. So if you celebrate in any way, shape, or form, I hope you're enjoying the season as much as you can. Obviously, you know, we just came through eclipse season. We had a solar eclipse on October 14th, and then the lunar eclipse on the 29th, and the energy has been intense, I think, on both an individual and collective level, right? The world is in absolute chaos. It's been a challenge, I think, for every single person that's even remotely paying attention. So sending you lots of love and hope you're taking care of yourself. It is Scorpio season. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, we are moving into the darker months, into winter. And so, you know, changing of the seasons. A time to go inward, a time to slow down, a time to go deeper with oneself and to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves individually and how we relate to the rest of the world and the collective. In any event, this is going to be a general energy reading for the Aries collective. So the messages may resonate, they may not. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Aries, you know yourself and your situation better than anyone else. So always keep that in mind, and remember that you have free will. So if something comes out in the reading that you're not very happy about, understand that you can change your perspective. You can change how you deal with the situation. You can change how you deal with the person. Energy is fluid, right? And energy reading is picking up on what is around you at this time, what is available to you. But it is not set in stone, and the energy shifts as we shift, as we make choices and as we make decisions. So just keep that in mind. Also, this is not meant to be a personal reading. However, if you are interested in a personal reading, all of my links will be below. The only way to book a personal reading with me is via my website. So just be aware of that. There are imposter accounts. There are scammers out there. No legitimate reader will ever reach out to you first to solicit you for a reading. And just know that all of my handles are exactly the same, at the Path Illuminated, all one word, no special characters, no special signs. So just be aware, because these platforms don't do very much to keep us safe from scammers. All right, Aries. So without further ado, I'm going to pull 5 cards for the overall energy. Then I'll pull clarifiers, and then we'll close it out with an oracle card. I do have a bit of a new setup, so just bear with me as I might have to do some adjusting, because obviously I want to make sure that y'all can see everything. All right, well, that came out, so we'll take it. All right, thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Please help me in pulling a clear and accurate reading for the Aries collective for the month of November. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. What messages do you have for the Aries collective for the month of November, Spirit? Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. One more card here for Aries, please. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. It's 2 cards, just one, please, Spirit. One more card. Okay. So I'm gonna get the clarifying deck and pull all the cards first before I get started, because I do have a bit of a tendency to just like go in. So let's get this deck. I don't need that many cards. Okay. Why is the 9 of Wands here for Aries, Spirit? Why is the 9 of Wands here for Aries? Why is the 9 of Wands here, angels, spirits, and guides? Why is the 8 of Cups here, Spirit, for Aries? That's too many cards, Spirit. Just 1 or 2 cards. Okay. Why is Justice here for Aries? Why is the 10 of Wands in reverse here, Spirit, for Aries? For November. Spirits and guides. Why is the 10 of Wands in reverse here? Why is the 10 of Wands here in reverse for Aries for November? And why is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here? Okay. Alright, let me just make sure y'all can see this. Alright, cool. All right, Aries. First card out is the 9 of Wands. So in the minor arcana, right, the cards only go up to 10. So this is pointing to you're coming really close to the end of a really challenging cycle in your life, where you have been putting in a lot of work, a lot of tireless hours. We'll go a little bit deeper just to like, this could be about relationships, which don't necessarily have to be romantic love. Let's just keep that in mind when we do talk about relationships. This could also be about work, but put yourself where you go. All right, so the 9 of Wands is clarified by the Page of Cups in reverse. So again, this very well could have to do with you and perhaps a relationship that you've been a part of, or it could be a relationship that you've been considering. I'm not sure, Aries. You'll have to fill in the gaps here. So Page of Cups, when it's upright, this can be a communication, an offer, right? A small offer. You see this little teeny tiny fish, but it's in reverse. So I don't know, Aries, if perhaps your focus on work, on career, has stopped you from making an offer or communicating your feelings to somebody, or this could very well be somebody else in your energy, right? And it could be, when this is a page, this individual can be younger. It could be somebody who is less emotionally mature than you, or it could just be like the beginning stages of a potential connection, right? So perhaps this is somebody, Aries, that has perceived you and your energy as being very busy, very focused on career, and your job and your work, and that you've been really stressed out. And so even though they may have been wanting to reach out to you, to speak to you, right, they've kind of halted or stopped themselves from doing so because they see you as being really preoccupied at this time. Now, I do see you moving away from situations in general, Aries, that are no longer emotionally fulfilling, right? And now, I don't know, is this you walking away from a job? Is this walking away from a career or a project? Or is this just related to, generally speaking, Aries, that you're making the decision to turn away from and walk away from any and all situations that are no longer emotionally fulfilling? And I love to see that this Eight of Cups is clarified by the Three of Cups, Aries, because this is about, like, yes, you are walking away from people, places, and situations that haven't been emotionally fulfilling for you, that have been draining to you. But on the other side of that is focusing your time and attention on people, friends, community, individuals that actually celebrate you, that, champion you, and being, the person that you are, the person that you want to be. All right, so the next card, Justice, right? This is a card of Libra. This is a card that talks all about balance, right? And justice in particular. And so I am getting the sense that you are continuing to work through the lessons that the last several months and perhaps, even eclipse season has brought to you, right? About situations that have been out of balance. And look, it's clarified that by the Two of Cups in reverse. Now, Two of Cups upright is all about reciprocal relationships that tend to lean toward the romantic side. So I'm sort of getting here, Aries, that this could very well have to do with either your career or a romantic partnership that has been in your energy. Now, the reason I say both, right, is, and I don't know, obviously everybody's on their own path. I'm not an astrologist, but I am very into astrology. Your Venus placement has to do with your values, your finances, career, life purpose, but also relationships. So if you've done any sort of introspective work and kind of looked over the trajectory of your life, and if you are really intentionally paying attention, I know that for me and other individuals that I've connected with, you can see parallels between your career, your job, your work environments, and your relationships. They're not always 100% the same, but there are parallel similarities, right? So I because of the fact that there are a lot of cups here, I'm leaning towards love, especially with this Two of Cups in reverse. However, I think this also just has to do, generally speaking, Aries, with you being out of balance, right? You've been really, really focused on work. But I think that you, through the process of eclipse season, right, and I'm seeing this moon here, so it's making me think that perhaps this lunar eclipse that we just had at the end of October really started to illuminate things for you and to make things clear where there are imbalances in your life, whether it is career related, whether it's relationship related. And I'm seeing that there has been, I believe that there is a connection. And yeah, this could be a friendship, this could be a close family member, or it could be love. You put yourself where you go, Aries. But this particular relationship, and I just want to say I apologize if you hear any construction noise in the background. I do live in a big city, and it seems I am incapable of getting away from construction noise ever. Okay. So, working on finding balance within your life, having boundaries, right? And recognizing relationships that are not reciprocal, that are out of balance for you. Now, definitely I see you struggling with laying these burdens down, right? So the 10 of Wands, when it's upright, like I was saying, right? They only go to 10. So when you're at a 9, it's like you're getting close to the end. And when you see the 10 of Wands upright, this is like finally you're at the end, you're burnt out, you're finally letting go and ready to say, I'm done with this. But it looks like you're really struggling during the month of November to let this go. I don't know if this has to do with perceived obligations, fear of judgments of others, because it is clarified by the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, for me, the Six of Cups upright is all about inner child healing. It's about internal coherence. It's about coming to alignment within yourself and no longer allowing your childhood wounds, your insecurities, your trauma, your heartbreaks to control the way that you show up in the world, right? And showing up as that, safe adult for your inner child to talk them through their triggers, through their insecurities, etc. But it's reverse. So I think your struggle during the month of November, Aries, is that you've been focused on situations, whether they're work or relationships, that have really been expecting you to show up 110% while the other party does not show up at all. And so, like I said, I think eclipse season really helped you identify the people and situations you need to move away from. And you are working on focusing on people that really love and support you. You're working on finding that balance, having the boundaries, and identifying those relationships and situations that are out of balance for you. However, you're still struggling during the month of November, Aries, with letting that go. And I think this has to do with some inner child healing that still has to be done on your part, Aries, right? I think that, your emotions are clouding your judgment and causing a block, causing a stuck energy, causing a delay, and you letting go of these situations and these relationships because you're being controlled by your inner child. There's nothing wrong with your inner child. It's just that there needs to be some deeper healing, right? And understanding, if I know that these situations are burdening me, if I know they're out of balance, why do I still persist in holding on to them? Why am I not willing to walk away from people and situations that cannot meet my needs and actually aren't able to provide me with what I provide with them, which is a normal expectation to have? And this has to do with a lack mentality, right? Deep down believing that you can't do any better, you can't find a better job, you can't find better friends, you can't find a better romantic partner, believing well, how are people going to look at me? What are they going to say about me if I quit my job? What are they going to say about me if I'm single? Da 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 da, right? And this is normal, right? Love yourself through the process, right? We all go through those times in our lives, Aries, where we question ourselves, where we can get caught up in how people perceive us, etc., etc. Now, the next card out is the Queen of Pentacles, but it's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and this can talk to, being stuck in your head, being in a lack mentality, like I was mentioning earlier, and being a bit of a control freak, right? In the sense of convincing yourself that if you do all of the things that you believe other people expect you to do, whether it's friends, family, coworkers, loved ones, whatever, that you're going to get your desired outcome, right? Instead of trusting that if you let go of people, places, and situations that are no longer in balance, if you were to let that go, trusting that the universe is going to catch you on the other side, these would be upright. But they're reversed because there's an imbalance, right? There's a belief that if I don't hold on to what I have, I'm going to lose everything, which is not true. And it is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles also in reverse. So basically, what the universe is telling you is that the tighter your grasp on these people, on these jobs, on the situation, the more it slips through your hands. And the work that the time and the energy that you're investing in trying to control outcomes and trying to control people and trying to change people and situations that you can't change because the only thing you have control over, Aries, is yourself, it's not going to pay off in the end. And you need to be aware of that, right? So let's go a little bit deeper here. I want to get some more insights here. Spirit, what additional insights can you give Aries regarding this particular situation for November? Again, Three of Cups. I think this is an admonition to spend time with people that you know you can trust, that you know love you, that have a proven track record of having your best interest at heart. The devil, but it's in reverse, which I love to see. When the devil is upright, this is about control issues, obsessions, workaholism, codependency, right? Because you see these individuals, they have chains around their neck, but the chains are loose enough to remove them. So I think that leaning on your friendships, Aries, during the month of November, in those times where you're feeling lost, where you're feeling a lack of control, where you feel like you're being guided by your fears and your traumas, your friends are going to help you start to realize that, you know, although your fears are real, the things you fear are not, because whatever you believe is true. You are the Empress, right? But you need to recognize that, Aries. You need to recognize who you truly are, that you are abundant, beautiful, fertile, that you are capable of being in your power, knowing who you are. And the Empress attracts. She doesn't chase. She knows exactly who she is, so she doesn't need to hold on to control. She knows that if a job doesn't work out, it's their loss. She knows if a romantic partner is breadcrumbing her and inconsistent, that she doesn't need to waste her time, because there is a line across the world of individuals that would love to bring her offerings and show her love and respect, right? So I think, you know, as you start to grapple with some of these situations during the month of November and lean on friends that are mature and honest and celebrate you and have your best interests at heart, they're going to help you work through these control and codependency issues to get back into balance, which is that Empress energy for you, Aries. Let's get a couple more cards. Any additional insights for Aries for the month of November, Spirit? Any additional messages, advice? Six of Swords. This is moving away from people, places, and situations that cause you inner conflict, mental conflict, overthinking, stress, worries. This is moving on to calmer water, so I love to see it. And Three of Wands in reverse. It may be scary, Aries, to move away from these people and these situations because things seem unclear, but the universe is really challenging you to let go of the illusion of control during the month of November and to trust. And I know that that can be a challenge for, I think, any fire sign. You know, you are a masculine energy by nature. You know, we all have masculine and feminine energies. It's absolutely not about gender at all. But the masculine energy, the fire energy, is all about doing. It's all about being that entrepreneur and making things happen. And, you know, a lot of Aries, and, you know, I say this with a lot of understanding as somebody who has an Aries moon and has just left a 16-year career in tech and utilized that Aries energy to be a workaholic and to burn myself out, right? There is a time and a place, Aries, to move forward. There's a time and a place to use that energy. There's a time and a place to be strategic. But right now, what the universe is telling you is that being overly controlling, right, and believing that you have to do it all in order to be happy and successful is actually the thing that you need to let go of. It is time to move more into trusting that if you move away from situations that don't meet what you deserve as the Empress, when you know that a person or a job or a friend is not treating you right, that even if you love them, even if you've invested time and energy, you trust what is coming next. And here we have the High Priestess really to close this out appropriately. Trust your intuition. Trust your third eye. It's about living by faith and not by sight. And I know that's very